Blair. It was really nice meeting you properly at the PTA introduction meeting yesterday. I'm Sarah Miller. I'm genuinely looking forward to getting more involved with the PTA this year. You seem to be very organized and a real leader in the group.
Sarah, yes, I vaguely recall. As you can see, some of us are naturally more instrumental in ensuring the PTA runs smoothly and maintains its rather impeccable reputation. It takes a certain level of dedication and, frankly, understanding of how things are really done around here.
I absolutely agree that dedicated parents are crucial, and I have some extensive experience in event planning from my previous career. I used to manage large corporate events, so I'm quite comfortable with logistics, vendor coordination, and all the details. I was hoping that experience might be useful here.
That's a different world from the kind of events we orchestrate. For our major fundraisers, like the upcoming Fall Gala at the Cypress Resort, my husband owns it, you know. We have a very established committee with a very specific and, might I add, highly successful vision.
Oh, the Cypress Resort! I've heard lovely things. Still, even with established teams, extra hands can often be a great help, especially with the sheer amount of work involved. I'm happy to assist with anything, even if it's just managing volunteers or helping with the setup.
We have very particular standards for our events. They reflect a certain level of elegance and exclusivity that our community has come to respect. It's rather crucial for maintaining the right image and attracting the right kind of support.
Elegance and exclusivity are definitely important goals. I have experience with high-end events as well, so I'm confident I can contribute positively, even to events with a sophisticated aesthetic.
Our core team comprises of individuals with a very refined sense of what resonates with our demographic. They are, shall we say, extremely well connected within the more influential circles in town.
Connections are certainly valuable. I also have a fairly extensive network from my professional life that might be beneficial for fundraising or securing sponsorships, if that's ever a need.
That's potentially something to consider down the line. However, our fundraising efforts are typically quite robust through our existing channels. We have a very generous base of long-standing supporters who understand our priorities.
I understand. Still, I'm here and genuinely eager to help the school in any way that would be beneficial. Please don't hesitate to reach out if any unexpected needs arise.
We appreciate the sentiment, Sarah. We tend to rely on parents who have a deep understanding of our ethos and the established way things function within our PTA. It ensures a certain continuity and avoids any, well, let's just say deviations from our proven methods.
Ethos, I see. Well, I'm a quick learner and very adaptable. I'm sure I could align with the PTA's ethos.
It's something that is usually cultivated through years of dedicated involvement and a shared understanding of our community's expectations. Our core members have a very intuitive grasp of these nuances.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to becoming a more involved member of the school community. Please let me know how I can best contribute within that framework.
We will, Sarah. Thank you again for your willingness. We'll be in touch if a suitable opportunity arises for more general, less specialized tasks. Nadia, darling, have you had a chance to look over the initial proposal for the fall gala at the resort? I've CC'd the usual suspects, Tiffany, Chloe, and Julian, of course. We need to get the preliminary brainstorming done before we bring it to the wider group. Wouldn't want to muddy the waters with less refined ideas at this stage.
Blair, yes, I took a quick look. The theme sounds lovely, very Cypress chic. Tiffany's suggestion for the champagne tower is divine, and Julian's connections with the string quartet are, as always, impeccable. Just wondering, though, shouldn't we include Sarah in this initial planning? She seemed quite enthusiastic at the intro meeting and mentioned having event experience. More hands on deck, you know?
Nadia, sweetie, you know how crucial it is to have a cohesive vision from the outset. Our core group, the four of us, we just get each other. We understand the level of sophistication and the particular expectations of our donor base. Bringing in someone new at this stage, especially someone who might not quite grasp the nuances we're aiming for, could really dilute the initial concept. It's nothing personal against Sarah, of course. She seems perfectly nice. But our fundraising efforts require a certain finesse that comes from years of experience within our specific social circles.
I understand the value of a cohesive vision, Blair, but Sarah did mention managing corporate events. Those can be quite high pressure and require a lot of organizational skill. Maybe she has some insights we haven't considered? Fresh perspectives can sometimes be valuable, can't they?
Darling Nadia, corporate events are hardly the same as orchestrating a glamorous charity gala at a high-end resort. We're talking about a completely different level of ambiance and guest expectation. Our attendees aren't just corporate types looking for a tax write-off. They're established members of the community, many of whom are personal friends. They expect a certain level of exclusivity and polish. Our little quartet here, we instinctively understand that. We know which florists have the right touch, which caterers understand discreet luxury, and which auction items will truly tempt our patrons. It's a delicate ecosystem, and introducing someone who isn't attuned to its subtleties could be, well, let's just say less than ideal.
I see your point about the established dynamic, but excluding someone who's offered to help so early on does not it risk making them feel unwelcome? We want to encourage participation from new parents, don't we?
Of course we do, and Sarah will absolutely have opportunities to participate. There will be plenty of tasks that require willing volunteers closer to the event. You know, setting up decorations, managing registration, perhaps even assisting with the silent auction item display. Those are all crucial roles, and I'm sure Sarah would be perfectly capable in those areas. But at the initial conceptualization and the strategic planning, that really needs to remain with those who have a proven track record and a deep understanding of our brand, if you will. We've cultivated a certain image for our PTA events, and we need to maintain that consistency.
Your brand, as you call it, Blair, does seem to revolve heavily around the resort and your social connections. It just feels a little insular sometimes, doesn't it? We're a PTA for all the parents at the school, after all.
Nadia, darling, our fundraising efforts directly benefit all the children at the school. And to maximize those benefits, we need to appeal to those who have the capacity to give generously. Our established network understands that, and they respond accordingly. Maintaining a certain level of prestige around our events is simply a strategic necessity. It's not about being exclusionary, it's about being effective. And frankly, involving too many voices in the initial stages can often lead to diluted outcomes. Trust me on this. Our little core group knows what we're doing.
Hey, Nadia, you made it to the PTA meeting today, right? Hi, Sarah. Yes, I was there. You were trying to offer some ideas for the fall gala at Blair's husband's resort, weren't you? Yeah, just a few thoughts on logistics and maybe some alternative vendors to keep costs reasonable. I noticed Blair seemed preoccupied. She was mostly talking with Tiffany and Chloe. That's all right, they seem to have a good handle on things. She mentioned the resort quite a bit, though, how everything there is top-notch. It sounds lovely. I've never been. It is very nice. I remember being there for a charity event a while back. The decor is quite distinctive, very high-quality furniture. Oh, really? What kind of style? A very modern, elegant. I recall noticing the brand, actually. It was Artisan Furnishings, if I remember correctly. Really beautiful stuff. Artisan Furnishings? The name sounds familiar. They're quite well known, I think. High-end designer stuff, very stylish. Blair seemed very proud to be hosting the gala there. Well, it's generous of her and her husband to offer the venue. It is, but she definitely made it clear that it's her connections making it happen. Anyway, I just wanted to say, don't let Blair's focus on her inner circle discourage you. I appreciate you offering to help. Thanks, Nadia. I appreciate that. I'm here to support the school however I can. Well, that's great. And you never know where connections might lead. You mentioned your event planning background. That could be really valuable. I hope so. We'll see how things unfold. Blair, about the fall gala at the Cypress Resort, it's going to be stunning, as always. Charles has such impeccable taste.
Indeed, he understands the importance of creating the right atmosphere. Everything at the resort reflects a certain standard, wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I especially admire the furniture, that sleek, modern style. It was all Artisan Furnishings, wasn't it? I recall noticing the nameplates.
Yes, Charles handled all of that during the last renovation. He has a real flair for interior design. They are quite striking.
They are. Such quality. I was browsing their website recently. They have a beautiful new collection, and the CEO is a woman named Sarah Miller, I believe.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be involved in the procurement details. Charles deals with all the suppliers. As long as the resort looks the part, that's his domain.
Right, of course. It just struck me. Sarah, that's the name of the new PTA member who's been so eager to help, isn't it?
Yes, Sarah, it is. What exactly are you suggesting, Nadia? It's a common name.
It is, but Artisan Furnishings is a pretty significant international company. It just seemed like a interesting coincidence. A new PTA member with event planning experience and the CEO of a major company shares her first name?
I still fail to see your point, Nadia. What does the CEO of some furniture conglomerate have to do with Sarah's offers to organize the bake sale?
Artisan Furnishings isn't just any furniture company, Blair. Their designs are featured in high-end establishments worldwide. It just feels like a detail worth noting. You know, Blair, thinking more broadly, involving different people can sometimes lead to really unexpected and positive outcomes. Sarah's enthusiasm is genuine, and her professional background could offer a fresh perspective on the gala. If we use her abilities, we could even attract a wider range of attendees or sponsors. Being a little more inclusive with the planning might surprise you.
Nadia, while I appreciate your egalitarian ideals, we have a very specific vision for this gala, one that has proven incredibly successful in the past. Our core team has cultivated a certain level of expertise and understands precisely what our donors expect. Introducing new, potentially untested ideas at this crucial stage could jeopardize the entire event's success. More importantly, it could jeopardize our fundraising goals for the school. We need to be strategic, and our current approach works.
Hi, Blair. I hope you're having a productive day. I was nearby and thought I'd swing by the Cypress to see if I could lend a hand with the gala prep. You mentioned it gets hectic closer to the date. Let me know if there's anything I can do, even simple tasks.
Sarah, this is rather unexpected. Yes, preparations are underway. However, our core team has a very specific system. Having extra people without understanding our flow can be more disruptive than helpful.
I understand about the system, but I learn quickly and am willing to follow instructions. If there are straightforward tasks, I'm happy to take them on. Even organizing supplies or initial decor setup. I just thought I could be an extra resource.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but the gala setup is quite detailed and requires a specific touch. Our team has been planning for weeks. Everyone has assigned roles aligned with their understanding of our brand. Introducing someone new now could lead to errors.
I see about the detailed planning, but surely there are basic tasks. Moving items, initial layouts, vendor check-in. I'm not looking to take over, just support.
Our dedicated resort staff handles the physical labor. PTA volunteers focus on aesthetics and guest management. Your offer is noted, but without a specific role in our structure, it's not contributing to efficiency.
So you'd prefer I just leave, even though I'm here and willing to help? Seems a bit unwelcoming for a new member.
We welcome strategic participation aligned with our structure. Right now, our team needs to focus without unnecessary distractions. While I appreciate your eagerness, your presence without a pre-assigned role is becoming just that.
A distraction? I'm simply offering assistance, not trying to get in the way.
We are on a tight schedule. Having someone unfamiliar on site at this stage slows us down. We have to explain things and ensure you're not disrupting our workflow.
I promise I won't slow things down, just one specific task. I can follow instructions precisely.
Sarah, there isn't a spare task that fits your current understanding of our prep. Every role is filled by someone involved from the beginning.
This feels unnecessarily exclusionary. I'm a PTA member like everyone else.
Look, Sarah, I need to be direct. Your continued insistence on staying, despite my explanations, is becoming disruptive and a hindrance. We have a significant event to execute flawlessly.
So what are you saying?
I am saying that if you do not leave now, I will have to ask the resort staff to escort you off the property. We cannot afford further delays or distractions. Our time is extremely limited.
Look, Blair, I'm genuinely trying to help. I understand you have your system, but completely shutting me out like this feels unwelcoming. I'm a member of this PTA too, and I want to contribute.
Sarah, my priority is the success of this gala and the funds it raises for our children. That requires efficiency and a team that works seamlessly. Right now, you being here is neither.
So my willingness to help you is actually a problem for you? Find that really disappointing, Blair. I came here in good faith thinking we were all working towards the same goal.
Good intentions don't always translate to effective action, Sarah, especially when dealing with an event of this scale and the expectations of our donors. We have a reputation to uphold.
And I could have potentially helped uphold that reputation with my experience, but you haven't even given me a chance.
I have assessed the situation, and my assessment is that your involvement at this stage would be counterproductive. It's as simple as that.
It doesn't feel simple. It feels like you're deliberately keeping anyone new out of your inner circle.
Our inner circle, as you call it, is comprised of dedicated individuals who have consistently delivered successful events for this PTA year after year. We trust their judgment and their ability to execute flawlessly.
And you don't trust that I could also contribute to that success, even in a small way?
Frankly, no, not at this crucial stage, without the necessary background and understanding of our specific protocols.
This is really disheartening, Blair. I thought the PTA was all about parents working together.
It is, but different phases require different levels of involvement and expertise. Right now, we need our core team to focus.
And you're making it very clear that I'm not part of that core team and not welcome to even observe or learn.
Sarah, I have been more than patient. I have explained our process. Your continued presence is now actively impeding our progress.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to repeat myself very clearly. You need to leave the premises immediately. If you do not, I will instruct the resort security to escort you off the property. This is no longer a request, Sarah. It is a directive.
You would actually have security throw me out for offering to help the PTA?
Yes, Sarah, I will. The success of this gala is paramount. Your continued presence is a hindrance. Please leave now before I am forced to take further action.
Blair, it's about Sarah. Remember our conversation earlier about the CEO of Artisan Furnishings having the same name?
Nadia, yes, vaguely. I dismissed it as a coincidence. What about it? I am swamped here.
Well, after our chat, I was curious, so I looked up Artisan Furnishings online. Specifically, I looked at their leadership page.
And please tell me this isn't going where I think it's going.
Blair, I saw her picture. The CEO of Artisan Furnishings? It's Sarah. The Sarah who you practically threatened to have thrown out of the resort this afternoon.
No. That's impossible. You must have the wrong person. There are so many Sarah Millers.
Blair, it's her. The photo is unmistakable. Same eyes, same smile. It's definitely her.
Oh my God. Charles is going to be furious. The entire resort is filled with her company's furniture. And I treated her like she was nothing.
You were incredibly dismissive from the moment she offered to help. You wouldn't even let her carry a box.
I didn't realize. She was so unassuming. I just assumed.
Assumed what, Blair? That someone who doesn't flaunt their wealth isn't powerful?
What do I do? What can I possibly do? The gala's here at our resort, surrounded by her company's work, and I acted like she was a nuisance.
You need to apologize, and you need to do it sincerely. Maybe even invite her to be more involved with the gala planning. Her insights could be invaluable considering her background.
Apologize? To the CEO of a major corporation? After I practically had her ejected from our property?
It's your only option, Blair. Imagine the fallout if she finds out through someone else. Or worse, if she remembers your treatment and decides to reconsider her business dealings with the resort.
You're right. I have to fix this now. What do I even say? How do I even begin to apologize for something like this?
Be genuine, acknowledge your misjudgment, and show that you truly value her potential contribution to the school and the gala.
Oh, this is a nightmare. A complete and utter nightmare. Sarah, I need to talk to you, please.
Blair, well, this is a surprise. Suddenly finding the time for a chat? What changed? Did my offer to fold napkins meet the impeccable standards after all?
No, Sarah, please, it's not like that. Well, it was like that, and that's what makes me so incredibly ashamed. Nadia, help me realize who you are.
Ah, I see. So the fog is lifted now that my LinkedIn profile has been reviewed? Suddenly my presence isn't so disruptive at the Cypress Resort?
No, Sarah, please, it wasn't about... Well, it was about that initially, and that's the awful truth. I was so caught up in my little social hierarchy that I completely dismissed someone who was genuinely trying to contribute. It was shallow and wrong.
You made it abundantly clear that certain people, those not in your inner circle or lacking the right aesthetic, need not apply for genuine involvement. Folding napkins seemed to be the ceiling for my potential.
I know, and I am so deeply sorry. My behavior was based on a completely superficial and, as I said, disgusting way of evaluating people. I was so focused on image that I missed the person.
So if Nadia hadn't enlightened you, would I still be regulated to the napkin detail? Would my corporate event management background still be irrelevant to your Cypress chic vision?
You're right, that's the terrible truth. My apology wouldn't be happening if I were still ignorant, and that's what makes me feel so utterly reprehensible.
Your apology isn't about genuinely regretting your behavior towards another human being. It's about regretting how you treated the CEO of a company that your husband does business with.
No, well, yes, that realization was the catalyst, but now I see how awful I was, how condescending and dismissive. It wasn't just about your potential help with the gala, it was about how I made you feel.
You made me feel like an outsider, like my willingness to contribute wasn't valued simply because I wasn't part of your inner circle, or didn't project a certain image.
And I was so wrong, so incredibly wrong. Please, Sarah, is there anything I can do to even begin to make amends? I would be honored, truly honored, if you would consider being involved with the gala. Your expertise would be invaluable.
My expertise was available yesterday, Blair, before you knew my title. The fact that you're suddenly interested in it now speaks volumes.
I know, and I deserve your disdain. But please, for the sake of the school and the children, could we perhaps start over? I want to do better. I need to do better.
You know, Blair, the thing about furniture, good, solid pieces, is that their worth isn't determined by the label or the price tag alone. It's about the quality of the craftsmanship and the integrity of the materials. People are no different. Some of the most valuable contributions come from unexpected places, from people you might initially overlook based on superficial impressions. Maybe you should spend less time polishing your image and more time appreciating the genuine substance around you. As for your offer to start over, perhaps you should start by treating everyone with the same basic respect, regardless of their perceived status.
Sarah, please, if word gets out about what happened, my reputation will be ruined.
It's not about what happened, it's about what you did. And honestly, I'd say your reputation deserves to take a hit for that. The fall gala went ahead, and while Blair made a few awkward, overly enthusiastic attempts to engage me, I kept our interactions brief and polite. Nadia remained a genuine ally, often shooting me knowing glances across crowded rooms. As for Blair, her frantic attempts to regain social footing after her misjudgment were noticeable. Some parents who had perhaps experienced similar treatment seemed to observe her shift with a certain wry amusement. The PTA continued its activities, but the undercurrent of Blair's superficiality had been exposed, significantly altering the dynamics. I continued to contribute where I felt my skills were genuinely valued, focusing on initiatives that benefited the students directly. Ultimately, the experience served as a sharp reminder that true worth has nothing to do with titles or social posturing.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Sonny, can I talk to you for a moment? There's something important I need to say.
Huh? Philip, aren't you supposed to be at work right now?
I left early.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm having lunch with a friend right now. Can we talk later?
That friend of yours is a man, isn't it?
Huh?
Don't try to hide it. The guy's a young host, right? You're probably enjoying yourself with him at a hotel before heading to the club, right? A man 20 years younger than you, someone almost the same age as your son? The world's really gone downhill.
Oh, so you figured it out. Well, in that case, it's actually perfect timing.
Perfect timing?
You see, I've decided I'm going to marry him.
What?
He was so thrilled when I told him I'd buy him a mansion. He eagerly accepted my proposal.
A mansion? Where on earth are you getting that kind of money?
Oh my. My father, who holds a board position at a company, can easily make it happen, even for another woman. It's no problem for him.
Again with your father.
When you're a woman as glamorous as we, age doesn't matter anymore.
That's not your money, though.
My father's money will become mine since I'm his only daughter. So it's basically the same thing. Which means I don't need you anymore, some ordinary, underpaid office worker. I'll divorce you.
Is that so? Then come back home for a discussion about the divorce.
No way. From today, I'm going to live with him.
Hey, wait a minute.
I'll send the divorce papers later. Just sign them however you want.
You know it's not that simple, right?
If it's about the alimony and child support, don't worry. I'll have my father talk to you and take care of it. Once you figure out the amount you want, just let me know. Goodbye for now. Hey, haven't you submitted the divorce papers yet? I hope there hasn't been a postal accident or something that's preventing them from reaching you.
They've been delivered.
Then hurry up and submit them to the city office. I want to marry Renji as soon as possible.
Renji, your affair partner, the host, right?
Could you stop calling him my affair partner? In my mind, Renji is the one. You've essentially become the affair partner now. Oh wait, no, you didn't even make it that far. You're just a poor, middle-aged man who couldn't even be a proper affair partner.
I don't understand how you can say such things to someone you've been with for 20 years!
It doesn't matter if you understand or not. The truth is, I always wanted to marry someone as rich as my father, or even wealthier. But for some reason, I ended up being forced into an arranged marriage with an ordinary office worker like you. Sure, you were good-looking, so I compromised and married you. That was my mistake. I'm done living according to your salary and lifestyle. Plus, starting next month, I'm going to live with Renji in the mansion my father bought for us.
Wait, you've already bought a house?
Yes, I have. When I told my father, he gave me $500,000 and bought a mansion for us, paying in full all at once. So please hurry up and submit those divorce papers. I'm in a rush, all right?
Hey, Dad! Sorry to interrupt you while you're working on the weekend, but can I talk to you for a minute? What is it? I got a call from Grandpa and he left a message for you. Which Grandpa? Mom's side. What did he say? Well, he mentioned something about the house's ownership and seismic reinforcement and... Ownership and seismic reinforcement? Yeah, and he also talked about complaints to the home builder and possibly even a lawsuit. I have no idea what he's talking about. That doesn't ring a bell, but it definitely sounds serious. Right? So when I told him I didn't understand any of that, he said to have you contact him. So could you call him back when you have a chance? All right, I'll get in touch with him after work. Thanks. Oh, Dad? What is it? About Mom. Ah, I see. She's seeing someone, isn't she? Yeah, I kind of figured you'd notice. Well, yeah. By the time you're 18, you're not an idiot. I've noticed you've been spending more time lost in thought lately, and Mom hasn't been coming home for a while. If she's not just visiting her parents, then it's pretty clear, right? Yeah, you're right. I've been meaning to bring it up, but I couldn't find the right moment. It's fine. Are you getting a divorce? Yeah. Actually, I already have the divorce papers from Mom. I see. Well, I'll say this now. I'm gonna stay with you, Dad. Wait, are you sure? Of course. I don't want to live with a mother who's cheating on you. It's disgusting. Is that okay with you? Of course it is. Actually, that's been my biggest worry, to be honest. I'm always gonna side with you, Dad. Thanks, Davis.
Hey, Philip. Did you submit the divorce papers yet? I want to get married to Renji as soon as possible. When we move into that mansion my father bought for us, Renji's going to carry me over the threshold. I've dreamed of that moment for so long, and I want to make it happen as a newlywed couple after we've officially registered our marriage.
What on earth are you talking about? You're an adult. Stop acting like a teenager in some fairy tale.
It's not like I'm asking for something unreasonable. It's the first step of our new life together, a special moment, and I want it to be just right, with us moving in as a married couple, starting this new chapter as husband and wife.
You're acting like a child. The mansion is supposed to be ready next month, right?
Yes, that's right. So please, can you hurry up and submit the papers?
Do you not know that after a divorce, women can't remarry for 100 days?
Wait, what?
Yes, there's a rule for that. Strictly speaking, it doesn't apply to all cases, but based on what I know, you're likely in a situation where it will. I'm just saying you should probably look it up. I'm planning to submit the divorce papers next week.
Are you serious? Well, I guess if that means I'll officially be free again, fine, I'll accept it. But listen, you need to hurry. I have my plans, and I'm not waiting around forever. Oh, and by the way, the house you've been living in, consider it yours. But remember, it's actually under your father's name, right? Now that we're divorcing, you're going to have to change the title. Good luck paying off that $100,000 mortgage, though. It's on you now. You'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Huh? The house has always been under my name.
What?
Your father helped out with some of the down payment, but he didn't have ownership of the house. It's been mine all along.
Wait, seriously?
And as for the mortgage, don't worry about it. I paid off the remaining balance in full already. Thanks for the help, though.
What? You paid it off in full? But how could you afford that? Your annual income is just $70,000. Where did you get $100,000 from?
Your father helped me out with that.
Wait, what? My father?
Yes, he gave me the money as part of the alimony.
Alimony? Wait, what do you mean alimony? I didn't know anything about that. So that's why you paid it all off in full?
Yes, and actually I'm going to be receiving money from him for the alimony itself, too.
But wait, why is my father's name coming up all of a sudden? Why does he have anything to do with this?
I guess you didn't know about this yet. Here's the thing. About that mansion you were so excited to move into with your beloved Renji, you might want to rethink that. Your father actually made it clear to me that you're not allowed to live there.
No way! You told me that I could move in there. Why am I being told this now?
Well, let's put it this way. You've deceived your father into giving you $500,000 for that mansion. And once the truth came out, it was inevitable that things would turn out this way.
Deceive him? That's not what happened. You're twisting the story.
Well, didn't you tell him that the house you were living in now was defective? And that you were too scared to stay in it, so you needed a new one? Didn't you say that?
Wait, how do you know that? That's not something I told anyone.
Your father called me the other day.
How could you even know what was said?
Apparently, when he purchased the mansion, he did it under his name, but now with all of this chaos, he wants to know if it should be transferred into my name. He wants to make sure everything is taken care of properly now that you've been caught in this lie.
What?
And if the house you were living in was really defective, that could lead to a legal case against the builder. Your father also wants to prepare for a lawsuit to ensure he's protected.
Wait, a lawsuit? You're talking about suing someone? But that's not true, right?
Well, it's not true, but I had to explain everything to your father, including your affair. Naturally, he's furious right now.
No. So what about the alimony and the child support?
He told me you'll be paying those out of your own pocket.
Wait, what? I'm supposed to pay that?
And about the remaining $100,000 on the house, your father covered it, but now he's making it clear you'll have to pay him back. Good luck with that.
Wait, are you telling me I have to start working now?
I didn't hear anything specific about that, but it sounds like that's what's gonna happen.
Hold on a second. I am the daughter of a wealthy family, I've never had to work a day in my life. And now you're saying I have to get a job? But what kind of nonsense is this?
What are you complaining about? You're not even 40 yet. People your age are still working hard, both men and women. This isn't some retirement age situation. You should be able to manage.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, you'll have to figure it out. It's not up to me.
Wait, what do you mean?
Your father said, from now on, Sonny's future will be entirely managed by me. It's no longer something I have any control over. He also mentioned that you'll be excluded from his inheritance.
No. No. You're lying, right? This can't be happening.
I'm just telling you what he said. I'm out of the picture now, but you'll have to handle the alimony and the child support. Good luck with all of that. My ex-father-in-law, who was always incredibly lenient with his only daughter, Sonny, finally reached his breaking point when it came to her latest actions. Up until this point, he had indulged her every whim, even when she showed signs of being spoiled and reckless. But this time, her affair with the host had gone too far. It wasn't just a matter of personal betrayal anymore, it directly threatened the credibility of his company. The news about her affair had the potential to destroy the reputation he had worked so hard to build, and that was something he simply couldn't allow. He couldn't turn a blind eye to this situation. The consequences of her actions weren't just emotional, they were financial and professional. His anger was something I had never seen before. He wasn't just upset with Sonny for her betrayal, but also with himself. He realized that by enabling her behavior for so long, he had contributed to this mess. He had allowed her to believe that she could get away with anything simply because she was his daughter. But now, faced with the reality of the situation, he understood that his previous leniency had been a mistake, and he vowed not to make the same error again. In an attempt to teach Sonny a lesson, he decided to take drastic measures. He took her out of the comfortable environment she had grown accustomed to, an environment where her beauty and charm had allowed her to manipulate people into giving her what she wanted, and placed her into a completely foreign and challenging situation. According to what I've heard, he put her into a job where she was surrounded by women and forced to navigate an unfamiliar workplace where she couldn't rely on her usual tricks to get by. It wasn't an ideal situation for someone like her who had always been used to getting her way by playing the part of the innocent and alluring woman. But this time, that tactic wouldn't work. She would have to face reality and learn to fend for herself. Unfortunately, the host she had been seeing didn't stick around to face the consequences of his actions. As soon as the alimony payments were made, he quit his job at the club and disappeared, heading back to his rural hometown. It seemed like he had no intention of sticking around to deal with the fallout of his involvement with Sonny. He wasn't interested in taking responsibility for his part in the mess that had been created. He was gone as quickly as he had appeared in her life. For Sonny, this meant that her financial and emotional support system crumbled almost overnight. With the host gone and no one left to rely on, Sonny found herself in a much more precarious situation. She didn't have the luxury of depending on her father's wealth or support anymore. She had to figure out how to support herself, something she had never really had to do before. For someone who had always been used to living off the kindness of others, or in this case, the generosity of men, the sudden reality check was a difficult one to process. She had no choice but to go out and find work, even if it meant taking a job that was beneath her usual standards. The job she ended up with wasn't glamorous. In fact, it was far from it. But it was a job, and she had no choice but to take it. As she tried to adapt to her new reality, Sonny began to struggle. The working conditions weren't ideal, and the relationships with her colleagues were strained. From what I understand, she was constantly at odds with the other women in her workplace. It seems that Sonny had a way of rubbing people the wrong way, particularly when she was unable to rely on her usual charm or manipulation tactics. Without the ability to use her beauty and allure to control the situation, she quickly became isolated. She was now forced to interact with people who weren't interested in catering to her every whim, and she didn't know how to handle it. For the first time in her life, she had to deal with the consequences of her actions, and it wasn't going well. Each day seemed to bring more stress, more tension, and more frustration. She wasn't used to being in this position, and it showed. Her new coworkers weren't sympathetic to her plight. They didn't care about her past or the way she had lived her life up until that point. They only cared about the job at hand. And for someone who had always been the center of attention, it was a hard pill to swallow. She wasn't used to being just another person in the crowd. She wasn't used to being looked down upon, especially by women. Over time, she began to grow more and more bitter. Her once beautiful face, which had been a source of pride, now looked worn and tired from the constant stress and emotional turmoil. She became consumed by her frustrations, and it wasn't long before her coworkers started to distance themselves from her. The isolation that had already started to take hold deepened, and she was left alone with her thoughts. She tried to put on a brave face, but it was clear to everyone that she was struggling. During this period, I received several phone calls from her, although I never answered them. She called the house phone a few times, probably hoping for some sort of emotional support or understanding. But by this point, I had made up my mind. I wasn't interested in offering her any help, not after everything that had happened. I had been patient with her for far too long, and I had allowed her to manipulate me in the past. But not anymore. I wasn't gonna be her safety net anymore. I wasn't gonna bail her out of the mess she had created for herself. One day, when I happened to be at the house, I overheard my son answering the phone. I wasn't sure who it was at first, but I soon realized that it was Sonny. I heard him shout into the receiver, "Shut up, you're so shameless," before he slammed the phone down and hung up on her. The call seemed to have been one too many, and it was clear that my son had reached his limit as well. He had been just as hurt by her actions as I had, and now he had no patience for her. After that call, the phone never rang again. It seemed that Sonny had finally understood that no one was willing to help her anymore. She was on her own. Now, from what I've heard, Sonny is living a much harder life than she ever imagined. The comfort and luxury she had once taken for granted are long gone. The money and the men who had once been at her disposal are nowhere to be found. She's struggling, trying to make ends meet, working tirelessly at a job she never thought she'd have to take, and trying to rebuild her life in the aftermath of her reckless decisions. I don't know if she regrets her choices. Perhaps she does, or perhaps she's too proud to admit it. But one thing is clear, her life has changed in ways she never anticipated. The consequences of her actions are more far-reaching than she ever realized, and now she has to face them alone. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Colson, do you have a moment?
Hey, Amanda. Yeah, what's up?
So, this is kind of sudden, but I'd like to go on a trip with a friend.
A trip?
Yeah, it'd be from this coming Saturday, 3 nights, 4 days.
That is kind of sudden.
Well, here's the thing. A couple I'm friends with had this trip planned, but something came up on the husband's end. Some urgent matter, and he can't go anymore. So they asked if I'd like to take his place.
Oh, I see. So you'd be going with the wife?
Exactly. She didn't want to go alone, and since the reservations were already made, she figured it'd be a waste to cancel everything. It'd be a girls' trip, just the two of us. They had everything booked already.
Where to?
Apparently the original plan was to go around Thunder Bay and Jacksonville. A bit of sightseeing, a bit of relaxing. They'd planned a route with a rental car and everything. Pretty flexible.
Sounds like a nice trip.
Right? So, given the sudden change of plans, I'd have to take Monday and Tuesday off from work. That's the part I wanted to run by you.
Well, it's not exactly our peak season right now. If it's not going to mess things up too much in your department and you've got things covered, I don't see why not. I mean, it's a good opportunity. You should go if you want to.
Really? You mean it?
Yeah, go for it.
Aw, I knew you'd say that. That's what I love about you. You're quick to make decisions and you don't make things unnecessarily complicated. Totally CEO behavior. Swift judgment, cool under pressure. Love that.
Now you're just buttering me up.
Come on, don't pretend it's not true. And hey, let's not forget, I am your employee and your wife. There has to be some perk to being married to the boss, right? Perks of being the CEO's wife?
Nah, let's not bring the CEO's wife card into this. This is a normal vacation request. Don't make it weird. Still, I'm glad you're getting a chance to do something spontaneous for once.
Thanks. Okay then. I'll just get the official okay from the department head and I'll tell my friends I'm in. Oh, and I should probably do a bit of shopping for the trip too. I mean, I don't have much time to prepare. I'll go after work today, pick up a few things.
Sounds like a plan. Just don't go overboard, all right?
I'll try. No promises though. Shopping for a trip is half the fun.
Fair enough. Just be careful, okay? And enjoy yourself. You deserve a little break.
Thanks, I will. You're the best, Coulson. Coulson, good morning. Sorry I left without saying anything. The meeting time was so early I didn't want to wake you.
Hey, no worries. I saw the note you left on the table in the living room. Still, I gotta say, it's rare to see you up and out before the sun. My little sleepyhead actually beat the alarm clock for once.
Ugh, don't tease me. I can wake up when I really have to, you know. I'm not always a lazy lump.
Relax, I'm just messing with you. Saw you on the bus already?
Yeah, just got settled in a little while ago. We're munching on the bento boxes we grabbed for lunch.
Nice. What'd you get?
I got a salmon and egg combo. Simple but solid. My friend got a pork cutlet sandwich, and we're sharing a few sides, too.
Sounds like a good start to the trip. How's the mood? Everyone excited?
Oh, totally. Everyone's chattering and passing snacks around like kids on a field trip. There's a lot of energy for this early in the morning.
That's good. It'll make the long ride feel shorter.
Yeah, it already feels like the time's flying by. I think I needed this more than I realized. Just a break from everything.
You've been working hard. You deserve some time to unwind. Don't think about the office. Don't check emails. Just relax, take in the views, eat good food, laugh too loud, all of it.
Aw, you're being way too sweet for this early in the day. Who are you and what did you do with Coulson?
Hey, I could be sweet occasionally.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll try not to spam you with too many updates, but I'll definitely send some photos if we come across anything fun.
Please do. I want to see the ridiculous souvenir shops and weird roadside food you always find.
You know I have a talent for that. Okay, I'll keep you posted. And don't forget to eat something decent today, all right?
Yes, Mom.
I mean it. No skipping lunch just because I'm not there to nag you in person.
I'll be fine, but thanks. You go have fun and don't worry about me.
I'll try. All right, the bus is starting to move again. We're officially on the road now.
Drive safe. Well, ride safe, I guess. Talk to you later.
Yep, I'll message you when we get to our first stop. Love you.
Love you too. Have fun, Amanda.
Coulson, sorry to bother you while you're out. There's something I urgently need to confirm with you.
Sure, what's going on?
It's regarding the company credit card you're currently using.
Is there a problem with it?
Well, when I arrived at the office earlier this morning, I checked the usage notifications as usual, and I noticed something a bit alarming. Over the course of this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the card shows charges totaling around $10,000.
$10,000? That can't be right. Are you sure?
Yes, the charges came through in multiple transactions, all within that time frame. Given how unusually high the total is, I wanted to check in with you immediately.
That's not ringing any bells. I don't remember making any purchases anywhere near that amount.
I figured as much. And while it is the month your card is due for renewal, that shouldn't lead to this kind of expenditure. There aren't any automatic fees tied to this renewal that would explain this.
Oh, right. This was the renewal month, wasn't it?
Yes, that's correct. The new card was delivered last week. It's still in the office safe, untouched. From what I can tell, you've still been using the older card.
Yeah, I guess I forgot to switch them out. My mistake.
Not to worry, it happens. Still, just to be on the safe side, I recommend we proceed with stopping the old card immediately. It's likely been compromised.
Yes, I agree. Please go ahead and have it suspended.
Understood. I'll get on the phone with the provider right away. Once it's officially suspended, I'll also request a transaction breakdown so we can start identifying exactly where the charges came from. If it's fraud, we'll need documentation.
Appreciate it. Sorry for the trouble.
No trouble at all. It's part of the job. Just glad we caught it early. These things can spiral fast if left unchecked.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you also email me a list of the transactions when you get them? I want to see if any of it looks familiar.
Of course. I'll forward everything as soon as I have it. And once the suspension is confirmed, I'll prepare the paperwork for the reimbursement claim as well.
Thanks, and I'll switch to the new card as soon as I'm back in the office.
No rush, but please do so at your earliest convenience. Until then, I'd suggest avoiding any large purchases, just in case anything else is still linked to the old card.
Got it. I'll keep it minimal. Thanks again for the quick response.
Anytime, Coulson. I'll keep you updated as I hear back from the bank.
Sounds good. Talk soon.
The card cancellation process has been completed.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry to trouble you with this on top of everything.
That's quite all right. No trouble at all. So, Coulson, I've just finished reviewing the detailed usage history of the card, and I thought I should inform you right away.
Okay, what did you find?
It appears that most of the charges were made in Thunder Bay and Jeffersonville.
Thunder Bay and Jeffersonville? Wait, seriously?
Yes. Do those locations sound familiar to you?
They do, yeah. Actually, those are the exact destinations Amanda mentioned for her trip.
I see. She did take leave for today and tomorrow, didn't she? She mentioned she'd be traveling with a friend.
Right. I think what probably happened is she must have taken the card from my wallet. A couple days ago, she came along with me on a supply run for the office. I had a bunch of things to carry, so she offered to help out. She might have seen me input the PIN number when I paid for everything.
I understand.
It's my fault, really. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I'll get in touch with her now and figure out what's going on.
If I may, Coulson, before you call her directly, it might be best to finish reviewing the transaction details first.
Huh? Why do you say that?
I apologize if I'm overstepping, but based on the store names, hotel bookings, and general activity, you might be able to get a clearer picture of exactly what your wife has been doing while away.
What she's doing?
Yes, and to be honest, some of the charges do seem questionable. Not just in terms of price, but in terms of purpose. I don't believe the purchases were simply for sightseeing or meals.
So you're saying this trip might not be what she told me it was?
I'd rather not speculate, but I do think it's worth going over the details before making that call, just so you're prepared.
Got it. Thanks. I appreciate you being straight with me.
Of course. Let me know once you've reviewed the data. I can forward everything in a secured file if that's easier.
Yeah, please do that. And again, thanks for handling this so quickly and carefully.
Naturally. I'll send it over right away. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do. Hey, Amanda!
Oh, Coulson, perfect timing. You're just the person I needed.
Huh?
I've been having trouble using your credit card.
You knowingly used my credit card?
Yeah, of course I did. So I was checking out of the hotel just now, right? And I went to pay for some extra charges that came up, but then they said the card was declined. Apparently, it's no longer active?
So what did you do?
Well, one of the friends I was with ended up covering the bill by withdrawing some cash from the bank, but still, it's weird, right? I was using it fine up until yesterday. What's going on?
First of all, that's not even my personal card. It's the company's.
Yeah, I know that.
Excuse me? You knew and still used it?
Of course. It's a company credit card under the name of the CEO, which is you. I figured if it's tied to the company, everything I spend would go through as business expenses. I mean, isn't that amazing? Free travel, free shopping. I already racked up over $10,000 on it. But now today, suddenly it's not working, so what's the deal?
You seriously don't get it? That card expired yesterday.
What?
Yeah, the month just turned over. This is the renewal month for the card.
Wait, are you serious?
Check the expiration date on the card. Look closely.
You're right. It says it expired last month.
I figured something like this might happen, so I also had the card suspended just to be safe.
You what? Are you serious? If you did that, then of course I can't use it anymore.
You shouldn't have been using it in the first place. It's a company credit card. You used it for a personal trip.
What's the big deal? That card is under your name as the CEO, and I'm your wife. The CEO's wife. Doesn't that mean I should be able to use the company funds too, as long as it's through your card?
Are you hearing yourself right now? Company money is company money, not personal funds. Even as CEO, I can't just spend it freely on whatever I want.
Excuse me?
It's basic logic. How do you not understand this?
Then why do you carry it around all the time? That makes it look like you use it whenever you want.
Because my job involves a lot of external meetings and business trips. Expenses pop up outside the office all the time, and the card is for covering those costs. Plus, everything I spend gets checked and reviewed by the finance staff. If anything looks questionable or can't be counted as a business expense, I have to pay it back out of my own pocket.
Wait, really?
Yeah! And usually the card stays at the office. The only reason I brought it home on Friday was because I had to head straight to a client meeting this morning. I didn't realize the renewal month had rolled over and accidentally brought the old card.
So that means I grabbed the wrong card and took it with me?
Exactly. And let's be clear, what you did, that's unauthorized use of a company credit card.
What?
On top of that, what you did counts as embezzlement. You used company funds without permission.
You're kidding me.
Look, I'll take responsibility for not keeping the card more secure. I'll be reporting this as poor card management on my part, but I'm not letting this go. I'm not calling the cops, but I will be expecting the full $10,000 you spent to be reimbursed personally.
What? But I'm your wife. I'm the CEO's wife.
That has nothing to do with it. And just so you know, I'm divorcing you.
What did you just say? We've only been married for 6 months.
You've been cheating on me with Maiden the sales manager, haven't you?
What?
Maiden conveniently took the same 2 days off as you, and turns out you both went off on this little vacation together.
That's ridiculous. What makes you think that?
First off, the credit card history. You spent a ton at high-end men's boutiques, and then there was a stay at that questionable hotel.
That's just circumstantial.
Well, unfortunately for you, an employee came forward and reported you.
Wait, someone saw us?
Apparently, some staff noticed the two of you sneaking into conference rooms and storage areas whenever I was out of the office. They said you were getting pretty cozy.
No way. Someone really saw all that?
It was already a rumor around the office. I had the internal security team check the surveillance footage. They confirmed it. Multiple incidents all caught on camera.
I can't believe this.
Believe it? So when you get back, be ready. You're gonna face the consequences. After cutting their trip short, the two of them returned home separately, each walking into their own homes under a heavy, funeral-like mood. The air was thick with silence, regret, and the weight of their actions. Naturally, I demanded repayment for all the charges they'd racked up on my credit card, and I also filed a claim for emotional damages due to the affair. Since our marriage had lasted less than a year, the compensation I requested wasn't particularly large. However, things were different on Maiden's side. Because he was already married, he and my ex ended up being sued by his wife as well. All in all, between the two of them, they were slapped with a combined total of around $60,000 in damages. I heard they had to take out loans just to cover it all. That said, neither of them managed to escape the consequences professionally. Both were dismissed from their jobs with disciplinary action, as expected. Now, from what I've gathered, they're stuck in a grueling routine, juggling multiple part-time jobs, working around the clock just to stay afloat. It's not an easy life, and frankly, I don't pity them. Actions have consequences, and this is the bed they made. As for me, I stepped forward as CEO and took full responsibility in front of my employees. I didn't sugarcoat what happened. I explained the situation honestly, issued a formal apology, and promised to review and reinforce our internal policies. We're now in the middle of restructuring and reinforcing our company's professional boundaries and support systems. This has been a harsh lesson, but I'm determined not to let something like this happen again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Judith. I overheard something about you going on a trip. Where are you going, huh? Tell me. Are you going with your mom friends as well? Please, tell me right now.
Good evening, Tiff. Are you talking about what we were discussing at the kindergarten bus stop?
Yes, that's the one. I totally caught bits and pieces. You were talking with Amber and Maya, right?
Ah, so you heard that.
You're all going on a trip together, aren't you? Like a mom friends getaway?
Well, sort of.
Oh, take me with you. Come on, I want in.
Wait, what?
I've always wanted to go on a trip with mom friends. It sounds so fun. Just imagine the bonding, the photos, the laughs.
I'm really sorry, but we can't invite you this time.
Huh? Why not?
Well, the group is already set.
Then just add me to it. That's easy, right? One more mom can't hurt.
I really wish it were that simple, but the whole thing is already booked, and honestly, Tiff, this isn't the kind of trip that you can just join in on last minute.
Excuse me?
It's not even a mom-friend trip, technically speaking.
So what? You're telling me to back off?
It's not like that. It's just... maybe next time, okay? I promise I'll let you know when we plan something else. But this time, I need you to understand and set it out.
Oh, come on. I'm a mom, and I'm your friend, too. What's with this exclusion treatment? You think I'll just let this go?
It's not about leaving you out, I swear.
All right, then it's settled. I'm joining.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Let me know once all the dates and details are finalized, okay? Oh, and since I'm coming, I'll go ahead and take charge of organizing everything.
Tiff, no, it's already organized. Pretty much everything is decided.
Nope, that's not how it's gonna work. We'll just turn it into my trip, a main event, Tiff's Mom Friends Extravaganza.
Again, this isn't a mom friends trip.
Perfect! You can be the one in charge of all the boring logistics and grunt work, okay?
Do you really think that you can just make demands like that?
Oh, are you sure you want to talk to me that way?
What are you getting at?
Isn't your husband working under my husband?
Wait, seriously?
Wow, you didn't know that? Oh, that's kind of awkward.
No, I mean, I didn't realize.
Well, you do now. So if you keep pushing back, I might just have to pass this little disagreement on to your husband.
What? Are you threatening me?
Anyway, I'm assigning you all the prep work for the day of the trip. Thanks in advance.
You're not even officially part of the trip.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to have such a blast.
Tiff, you can't just force your way into this. I'm not okay with any of this, you hear me?
Judith, do you have a moment?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I wanted to say I'm sorry.
Wait, what happened? Why are you apologizing?
It's about that thing we talked about the other day, the warning about Tiff.
Right. What about it?
Well, I just found out that my kid accidentally told Tiff's kid about our trip. You know, the dates, the inn, the whole thing.
What?
Apparently, while they were playing, Tiff's son snatched away one of his favorite toys and told him, "I'll only give it back if you tell me where your mom's going. If you don't, I'll use my super punch on you." So, he told him. He didn't really have a choice.
Oh my God. That kid's been getting more aggressive lately. Even the other kids at school have been avoiding him. But honestly, let's be real. This was Tiff's doing. No way her kid came up with this idea on his own.
I thought the same. I mean, I've heard other moms mention similar things happening.
Unbelievable. What kind of mother uses her own child as an informant?
I'm seriously so sorry. I didn't think anything like this would happen.
No, don't apologize. This isn't your fault. But now we've got a bit of a problem on our hands.
Yeah, I was hoping this wouldn't turn into a thing, but with Tiff, you just never know.
She's done this kind of thing before, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah. A while back, she tried to crash a neighbor's family trip. Just invited herself without asking. Total mess.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, the neighbor's family had to cancel their trip last minute because the husband got sick, but Tiff didn't get the memo. She and her whole family went all the way to the destination anyway, and when they found out the inn was canceled, she went ballistic.
What?
Yep, she accused them of lying, demanded they cover her travel costs, screamed at them in the hotel lobby, saying, "You tricked us." It was this huge public meltdown.
Ugh, that sounds like classic Tiff. She's got this clingy, entitled personality that just won't quit. Honestly, this feels like some kind of petty revenge attempt, like she's trying to crash our trip now to make up for what happened then.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if she sees this as her revenge-free ride.
And with a husband like hers, that guy gives off major troublemaker vibes. If she shows up, it'll be the whole chaotic family in tow, guaranteed.
No doubt. If she found out the date and place, there's nothing stopping her from just showing up.
Then we need to take action. We can't let her just bulldoze her way into our plans.
I was thinking the same. Maybe we should get Hiro involved too. She's good at handling people like Tiff.
Definitely. Hiro has a way of shutting down nonsense without making a scene. We need her on our side.
All right, I'll give Maya a call too. The three of us should meet later and come up with a plan.
Sounds good. And hey, stop apologizing. Seriously.
I feel bad though. If my son hadn't said anything...
Don't blame yourself. Honestly, the real issue is that we weren't more careful. I'm the one who brought up the trip at the bus stop in the first place. I should have known better, especially with someone like Tiff always lurking around.
Still, I should have reminded my kid not to talk about it.
They're kids. They're not spies. And it's not like your son just spilled it on purpose. He was being threatened. That's not on him.
Thanks, Judith. I was kind of freaking out about this. I didn't know how you'd react.
You did the right thing by telling me. That's what matters. We'll handle it. Let's regroup later and come up with something solid.
Okay, I'll message Maya now and get back to you.
Perfect. See you later then.
All right, thanks again, and sorry.
Stop it with the apologies already. Let's focus on not letting Tiff hijack our trip. We've earned this break. We're not giving it up without a fight.
Judith? Hey, just wanted to give you a little heads up.
What is it?
So, small update. Tomorrow's meeting time has changed, okay?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, we were supposed to leave at 7 in the morning by car, remember? Well, it's been moved to 9 instead. Thought you should know.
What are you even talking about?
Alrighty then, that's all from me. See you tomorrow! Judith, hey, why didn't you show up at the meeting time?
Good morning. What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. The meeting time was 7 a.m., right? How could you mess that up and not show up? It is a bit ridiculous. And by the way, Amber and Maya aren't even here either. So I had no choice but to invite my relatives instead. You and your group don't need to come anymore.
Huh?
I had to scramble to get another car ready for the trip because of all this. Do you have any idea how much of a hassle it was? And guess what? You're going to pay for your share of the gas and transportation costs. So get ready for that.
Wait, are you talking about how you changed it to 9 a.m. yesterday?
Oh, no. After that conversation, I switched it right back to the original time. I thought I told you. Oh, it's kind of funny. I'm pretty sure I called you about it. So now, since you didn't show up on time, it's your fault, right? And now this trip is just going to be me, my family, and my relatives. We're going to have a great time. Bye-bye now. Judith! Hey! Answer me already!
What is it?
I was just about to check into the ryokan, but they said I've already checked in. What do you think you're doing, stealing our trip like this? If you're here at the resort, get out here right now.
Sorry, I'm out sightseeing at the moment, so it's going to be difficult to come back right now.
What?
Actually, what's going on with you? Stealing our trip? Wasn't it you who tried to steal it in the first place?
You're the one who didn't show up on time, remember?
To begin with, I didn't even invite you, and I specifically turned you down.
But in the end, I ended up going, didn't I?
You were the one trying to push through on your own.
You're the one who left me out, so you're to blame. As punishment, you'll pay for our accommodation.
Wait a second, are you planning to stay at my family's house?
Huh?
Do you really think you can stay there?
What do you mean?
The resort you tried to check into is actually my family's property. We converted part of the garden into a guest facility and have been running a resort there.
What?
And by the way, this trip isn't a mom's trip.
What are you talking about? Amber and Maya are with you, right? That clearly sounds like a mom's trip to me.
Amber is my husband's cousin. Maya is my husband's sister.
Huh?
This trip is for my husband's grandfather's anniversary, and we're traveling with all our relatives. So all the rooms in our ryokan are fully booked until tomorrow. No last-minute stays are possible.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's why I told you, out of respect, that I'd rather you didn't stay here.
Oh, can't you just free up a room or something?
Impossible. You're the one who showed up uninvited after I had already turned you down.
Do you think you can just talk to me like that?
Still on this, huh?
I told you my husband's boss is your husband's superior, right? Do you think your husband's position at the company could be at risk because of this?
Is that a threat?
Not really. I'm just teaching you that in this world it's the survival of the fittest.
I see. Well, with that same mentality, let me tell you something too.
What?
Your husband's grandfather is actually the chairman of your husband's company, right?
Huh?
By the way, the CEO is my husband's father.
What? The chairman and the CEO?
And by the way, both of them are here right now, and they're actually looking at this message with me.
No. Oh, that can't be true. Stop.
You never know when you might run into someone higher up than you, so it might be better not to flaunt your power so recklessly.
Wait, your in-laws are part of the CEO family?
Well, I'm off to the next sightseeing spot now, so I'll be leaving.
Hey, wait, my husband and I, we're being attacked by all our relatives right now. They're saying things like, "What is going on?" and we're being cut off. Can you at least help us?
I can't get involved in your family issues, so I really don't know what to say.
Huh?
Oh, and before we head back to the resort, I'd really appreciate it if you and your group could just leave. Let me clarify something up front. Just because my in-laws are connected to my friend's husband's employer, it doesn't mean that we could use his position or influence in any way to resolve the situation. This was not a case of using workplace status or authority to sway things in our favor. Later on, the husband was summoned and given a strict warning, but that was all. It wasn't anything extreme or threatening, just a stern reminder about boundaries and what was considered acceptable. That was the extent of the intervention from his side. But to my surprise, it seemed to have an almost immediate effect. Tiff, who had been causing all kinds of trouble, suddenly became much quieter, almost as if she had learned her lesson. I didn't know if it was fear or a sense of guilt, but whatever it was, she was a far cry from the person she had been before. The drama that had surrounded her seemed to dissipate overnight. However, things didn't go quite as smoothly on her husband's side. He seemed to have a much harder time dealing with the consequences of the situation. His pride, or maybe his stubbornness, couldn't handle the idea of having been reprimanded in such a manner. It wasn't long before he started skipping work without notice, completely disregarding his responsibilities. His behavior got progressively worse, and it wasn't just the missed days that became an issue. Soon, several serious internal compliance violations came to light. Things that had been hidden for far too long, and once they were discovered, it didn't take long for the company to take action. The company took swift and decisive steps. His actions didn't just result in him being given a stern warning like Tiff had. He was demoted and had his salary cut significantly. That was only the beginning. It wasn't long after that the company decided to terminate his employment entirely. Given the severity of the violations they had uncovered, the damage had already been done and there was no coming back from it. But the consequences didn't stop there. The situation between Tiff and her husband escalated dramatically. It seemed like their relationship, which had already been fragile, couldn't withstand the added pressure. The stress, combined with everything that had happened at work, led to an explosive argument between them, a fight so intense that it ended with them separating. The end result? Divorce. Their marriage, already hanging by a thread, was now completely severed. I couldn't help but wonder what had gone through their minds. What were they trying to achieve with all this? What were their end goals? It seemed so reckless, so destructive. Tiff's behavior had been erratic, and her husband's decisions, especially after the company's actions, made no sense. They had both created such a mess for themselves, and for what? It was hard to even comprehend the thought process behind their actions. What did they think would happen? It felt as if they had been living in a world of denial where the consequences of their actions were never really considered. The result of that lack of foresight had led them to this tragic end. But as much as I couldn't understand their motives, I was relieved that everything had calmed down. Finally, the chaos that had been swirling around them was over, and I could breathe again. It was strange to feel relieved after witnessing such a collapse of a marriage and career, but at the same time, there was a sense of peace that came with it. They had created this mess themselves, and now they were left to pick up the pieces. No one to blame but themselves. For me, it was just a quiet ending to a situation that had caused so much upheaval. I know this sounds harsh, but there was a part of me that couldn't help but feel satisfied by the way things turned out. Not in a vindictive way, but in a way that felt like justice had been served. Their actions had consequences, and those consequences had been severe. Perhaps that was the wake-up call they needed. Perhaps after all of this, they would learn to think before they acted. But honestly, it was harsh to imagine them ever truly learning their mistakes. The way they had behaved showed a pattern of irresponsibility, and I wasn't sure they could break free from that cycle. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.